Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Amir Iqamir Yaakob. My matric number goes to 20247949939 and I am from class M1BA2733B. So today, I am presenting on highly relevant and timely topic in the field of talent acquisition, which is enhancing recruitment and hiring process via effective communication in a flexible work environment within the technology sector regarding my individual assignments, current issues. This presentation explores how effective communication can improve recruitment in a fast-evolving work environment, especially in the technology sector where remote and hybrid work is the new normal. Why this topic matter? The reason this topic matter is because recruitment is a changing fast. Ladies and gentlemen, technology companies are growing rapidly, but they are struggling to find, attract, and retain top talent. With hybrid and remote setups now widely adopted, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, or we call it as post-COVID, recruiters and hiring managers are not only working across screens, but often across time zones. Audience. This flexibility is attractive to candidates, but for the companies, it creates a new barriers in a communication that were not there before. A small communication delay or misunderstanding can now cost you the best candidate. That's why improving communication is not just useful, it's essential. Why focus only on the technology sector? The technology industry was the first to adapt remote work and continues to experience rapid growth. The recruitment challenges faced by technology companies are often more complex and serve as a model for other industries. So now, what is a flexible work environment? Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about flexible work environments, we are referring to setups where employees are allowed to work remotely, have flexible hours, or alternate between home and office, where most of us often call it as a hybrid model. As you all can see here, according to a 2023 report by Kisco, about 74% of Malaysian employees say they prefer hybrid work models and they consider a flexibility as a top priority when choosing an employer. In the technology industry, flexibility has moved from a benefit to an expectation. Many companies now hire fully remote teams. However, while this flexibility appeals to candidates, it forces companies to change how they communicate during the hiring process. So, this trend makes our focus on communication more relevant than ever. So, let's take a look at the real-world communication challenges in flexible hiring environments. First, there are communication gaps. In remote setups, hiring teams do not meet candidates face-to-face. There are delays in responding to emails or giving interview feedback, especially across time zones. Second, the candidate experience often suffers. Candidates may feel lost or disconnected if they don't receive any regular updates. Some are left wondering whether they are still in the process or already rejected for the recruitment. Third, there is internal misalignment. Recruiters and hiring managers may not be on the same page about role expectation, job description, or even the kind of candidate they are looking for. In fact, the Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia reported in 2024 that flexible work setups often cause delays in recruitment due to poor coordination between human resource and department heads. Besides, Human Resource Ministry also to conduct a study on flexible working arrangement among Malaysian companies to assess productivity among the employer and employee. Now let's moving on to how effective communication enhance recruitment and hiring. Before moving on, what's the biggest communication problem that I found? It's the lack of consistent updates to candidates and internal misalignment between recruiters and hiring managers. These two issues create delays, confusion, and a poor experience for everyone involved. Now, let's talk about how communication can actually solve those issues. There are 4 ways effective communication ensures. Number 1, clear and accurate job description. Number 2, smooth interview scheduling. Number 3, timely feedback and decision. And number 4, stronger connection with candidates even remotely. Ladies and gentlemen, it also helps shape a positive employer brand where candidates judge the company not only on salary but also on how professional and responsive the hiring process is. According to 2023 HIS Malaysia survey found that 72% of job seekers form opinions about a company based on how well they are communicated with during hiring. When communication improves, the hiring process becomes faster, more transparent, and more appealing. As a result, both the employer brand and overall recruitment success are enhanced. So, poor communication doesn't just hurt the process, it also can hurt the company's image. Now, let's discuss how to improve hiring communication. Here are 4 practical and proven ways that companies can improve communication during recruitment. 1. Use centralized tools instead of relying on scattered emails. Use platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or dedicated recruitment system. These tools help track conversations and updates, reducing errors and forgotten follow-ups. 2. Standardized interview. Ask the same questions to each candidate using a structured format. This helps ensure fairness, reduce bias, and makes it easier to compare candidates. 3. Train hiring managers. Many hiring managers are great technically, but not always trained to conduct remote interviews. Companies need to teach them how to communicate expectations clearly and evaluate candidates fairly over video calls. Last but not least, schedule regular candidate updates. This one is simple but powerful. Keep candidates informed at each stage whether they move forward or not. Let them know what to expect next and stick to timelines. When companies do these things, candidates feel respected and internal teams stay aligned. Beloved audience, of course, while the strategies we have discussed are promising, implementing them is not without its challenges. Firstly, there is a common resistance to change. Many employees and hiring managers remain comfortable using traditional communication methods, such as email or WhatsApp for recruitment purpose. Encouraging them to adopt newer platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or recruitment-specific system often results in hesitation or a slow rate of adoption. Secondly, the issue of information overload has become increasingly significant, with multiple communication channels in use such as messaging apps, email threads, shared documents, and calendar invitation. Crucial details are often lost and important follow-ups can be easily overlooked. This lack of streamlined communication weakens team coordination and can lead to avoidable delays in the hiring process. Thirdly, there are training costs to consider. Providing adequate training to human resource personnel and hiring managers on how to communicate effectively, conduct structured interviews, and manage candidate expectation in a remote environment requires both time and financial resources. Unfortunately, not every small or medium-sized enterprise (SME) in Malaysia has the capacity to invest in such training. Now, this is where the situation becomes especially critical. According to the Human Resource Department Corporation Flexible Work Survey 2024, only 38% of Malaysian SMEs have established formal communication procedures specifically for recruitment within flexible or hybrid work arrangements. This statistic highlights a significant gap in how well businesses are currently prepared to manage the complexities of hiring in today's evolving work environment. To put this into perspective, more than half of SMEs are potentially improvising their recruitment processes within flexible work settings. This lack of structure increases the risk of miscommunication, delays, and negative candidate experience, factors that can severely undermine a company's ability to attract and retain top talent. However, this is not merely a problem, it's also a tremendous opportunity. Organizations that choose to act now by developing and standardizing their recruitment communication strategies will gain a real competitive edge. They will be able to attract higher quality candidates, streamline their hiring processes, and enhance their employer brand in a market that increasingly values transparency and responsiveness. Dear audience, we already come to the end of my discussion for this task. To conclude, the technology sector is leading the way in remote work, but it is also facing the most recruitment challenges, especially when it comes to communication. For the companies that take communication seriously, can hire faster, offer a better experience to candidates, align hiring team internally, and attract stronger or more committed talent. As we all nowadays move further into a flexible world as the new norm, communication is no longer optional. It is a strategic requirement for hiring success. That will be all from me. Hope you all can learn something new and enjoy my presentation. Thank you for your cooperation.